My name is Algimantas. I live in a small East European country, Lithuania. By the way, I do not like this word in English, Lithuania. In my native language, Lithuanian, it's called Lietuva. There is no TH. There is T, Lietuva. So I live, it's much closer to say in Lietuva rather than Lithuania. I represent Creator as his ambassador and apostle of Jesus and Jesus' partner, Creator daughter Nebuchadnezzar, and apostle of these two persons, as well as the ambassador of Creator to the planet of Urantia, which is the name of our planet as registered in divine annals. From this epochal revelation called the Urantia book, we come to know we are indwelled by Creator's fragment called thought adjuster. It is indwelling our mind. That is, not our brain as a material part of the body, but our mind, our process of thinking. And thought adjuster is doing its best because it's the fragment of the source and center of perfection. So his efforts are perfect. So he's doing his best to imprint in us such high standard notions, assertions, that we would turn our personality to spiritual matters rather than material. The thought adjuster cares for our spiritual personality, which is within this material body, visible to our eyes, and which humans mistakenly call man. Man is just the inner dweller of this material and visible form, material body. So, thought adjuster is working with our spiritual personality. But since there are no spiritual teachers who might disclose spiritual truth to human mind, of course, people are mostly concerned with their material environment, with their material selves, with their material families, with their material countries, and they are more or less satisfied if they are lucky to have a good job, a good wage or salary, and then they are planning some vacations, some gatherings with friends, celebrating different holidays and so on. And they don't care for anything beyond it. Meanwhile, the fragment of Creator within us is directing our spiritual personality to waking up this personality, that it would be waked up from that deep slumber of one spiritual sleep, so that he would raise his eyes at the sky. Look up. There is such a vast space. Why are you suppressing your way of thinking and contracting it just to your material living to material life, and especially the problems of this material life. So I want to read a little bit from the Urantia book and some of the assertions I would like to comment. Human existence constitutes a period of practice which is effectively utilized by the adjuster in preparing for the increased responsibilities and the greater opportunities of a future life. But the adjuster's efforts while living within you are not so much concerned with the affairs of temporal life and planetary existence. Today, the thought adjusters are, as it were, rehearsing the realities of the universe career in the evolving minds of human beings. Adjusters are interested in and concerned with your daily doings and the manifold details of your life just to the extent that these are influential in the determination of your significant temporal choices and vital spiritual decisions, and hence are factors in the solution of your problem of soul survival and eternal progress. The adjuster, while passive regarding purely temporal welfare, is divinely active concerning all the affairs of your eternal future. The adjuster remains within you in all disaster and throughout every sickness, which does not wholly destroy the mentality. But how unkind knowingly to defile or otherwise deliberately to pollute the physical body, which must serve as the earthly tabernacle of this marvelous gift from God. All physical poisons greatly retard the efforts of the adjuster to exalt the material mind, while the mental poisons of fear, anger, envy, jealousy, suspicion, and intolerance likewise tremendously interfere with the spiritual progress of the evolving soul. So that's the problem that the thought adjuster encounters in our mind. If we are full of fear, if we are full of jealousy, envy, if we are not tolerant, so all these poisons greatly impede the spiritual impact of the thought adjuster within on our mind, on our divine mind. Because now the absolute majority of mortals use only the animal origin mind received from our parents, from our former, say, ancestors. Meanwhile, the thought adjuster is working with our mind of the spiritual personality, just preparing us for a future life. But this future life might start even on this planet. We might discover Creator within and begin to do good deeds following the leading of Creator through the operation of His fragment, thought adjuster within our mind from within. So it depends upon our choices. If we sincerely desire that we would like to become not only God conscious, but also we desire to fuse our will with the will of Creator. The moment shall come, even on this world and in this life, that the inner state of our consciousness will be filled up with that high quality vibrations, living energy vibrations from Creator. And we will begin to feel this state of mind within. So even the discovering of Creator within is testified by this sort of inner state of mind. Because Creator, it's not an object, material object that you can discover. But you can discover Creator within yourself, not within anybody else, but within yourself, provided that you take efforts towards this end. But for this, you need to have a spiritual teacher. So that's why I was given a mission by Creator to train future spiritual teachers. Future spiritual teachers. Because currently civilization is not ready for this sort of teachers. They are deeply involved in the animal mind trap. That's it. Trap for the spiritual personality. They are at a loss. They don't know which way to turn. Because there is no any vector that they might know in advance and follow this vector. They have no compass. Because the compass is within one's spiritual personality. So you have to wake up this spiritual personality. And then the compass shall turn on and begin to shall point which way to go. And that would be Creator's fragment, thought adjuster, pointing from within the direction of one's life. So this is truly fascinating, but you have to apply your sincere efforts. Adjuster should not be thought of as a living in the material brain of human beings. They are not organic parts of the physical creatures of the realms. The thought adjuster may more properly be envisaged as indwelling the mortal mind of man rather than as existing within the confines of a single physical organ. And indirectly and unrecognized, the adjuster is constantly communicating with the human subject, especially during those sublime experiences of the worshipful contact of mind with spirit in the superconsciousness. So that's very important, because the channel of our worship and petition prayers to Creator is our superconsciousness. Not consciousness, but superconsciousness. Neither it is subconsciousness, because subconsciousness is disconnected while we are conscious. But when we open up spiritually to our source and center, our Father and Mother, Creator, we open up our spiritual personality's superconsciousness. So through this channel, we transmit the vibrations of Creator's worship as well as all our petitions. And Creator's fragment, thought adjuster, is also trying to set up our mutual communion through this very same channel, our superconsciousness, so that we would be able to receive Creator's teachings, revelations. So once I established this very living communion with Creator, once I began to receive teachings from Creator, so it came to the point when I began to publish separate books of Creator's teachings and of Jesus' teachings. So this is the book of Jesus, I Speak to You Again. This is already the second edition with the supplement. These are the teachings by Jesus, revelations to contemporary humans. And the title says, I speak to you again. And it shows the last word emphatic. It stresses the meaning of this title. And it means, I spoke to you, but you did not hear me. Therefore, I speak to you again. I translated this book into English. One more person translated it into Russian. It was also translated into Spanish. And I saw on the internet translated into Korean. And there is a guy in Portugal trying to translate it into Portuguese. And now I'll show you the books I published with Creator's revelations, teachings, or the books, 4 books of Creator's teachings. So this is Akimirkos Amžinybė, and that means the eternity of a blink. The second volume, Gyvoji tyla, the living silence. Volume 3, the might of love. The might of love. And the last volume, volume 4, fresh, just a little bit more than 1 month ago, I received this book from the printers. You are within me. So these revelation books are in my native language, Lithuanian. You can never see any of this sort of books in other countries. Not in a single country the world over there are such teachings. There are revelations received from different teachers in the teaching mission, and they are in English, maybe some in Portuguese, Spanish, but they are not this sort of teachings. These are unique teachings, revelations for humans. How to lead this current life and how to discover Creator within, how to feel Creator's leading from within, and how to be a co-creator with Creator Himself, without any fear, but with joy, with cooperation with Creator, for the benefit of all. These are very important, significant books that are actually priceless. Priceless because the information passed in these books is crucial to every individual. It's of utmost importance. So the problem with humans, they don't hear the voice of Creator because they pollute their consciousness and subconsciousness with all the material problems. It is impossible to solve the problems being on the same level as the problems. But it is only Creator Spirit, Thought Adjuster, is capable of elevating you above the problems so that you would be able to look at them with Creator's look from above. And you will see the solution to the problems. You will see the clue to the problems. And you will, well, eventually realize that these problems are artificial. They are not created by Creator. Therefore, they are not of significance to notice them. But since you are elevated and you are shown meaningless of these problems, then you begin to evaluate all life in a different color, in a different light, in Creator's light. But once you feel this condition of your mind, your consciousness, inner state of mind, you have a new quality mind. That is the mind of your spiritual personality that has been given as a gift for an eternal use with Creator, by Creator Himself, because it is Creator who is the only source and center of personality. So Creator being spiritual, so He is also the source and center of eternity. So that's why His gifts are eternal and personality is eternal. So that's why any wars, any conflicts, any desires to raise oneself against others, to dominate others, to exploit others, to deceive others, they're just mere trifles. You don't have to bother yourself with these insignificant issues. They are simply polluting your consciousness and subconsciousness. And of course, you cannot open then your superconsciousness to establish this living and mutual communion with Creator. So that's why you are so deeply involved in all these trifles that look for you as unsurmountable, steep and high mountains that block the shining of the sun. And you don't feel satisfaction in life and with life because you're a wrong traveler on this material illusionary road. You are the son or daughter of Creator. You're the son or daughter of light. So your path is living, and this path is meant for your spiritual personality. That's why you have to wake it up. But how to wake up your own personality? By sincerely addressing Creator within through this fragment of Creator, thought adjuster, and your own personal superconscious channel. Address with your sincere conversation. Just whatever you desire to talk about, express it sincerely to Creator. Anything, and that shall be your prayer. That shall be your spiritual communion with Creator. And all at once you begin to feel higher frequency vibrations within the personality, just who is beginning to wake up. And peace will gradually become the reigning sensation within your mind. Peace, which you might try to reach by attending different sessions of psychologists, psychotherapists, or yoga circles, or whatever it might be. But you are paying money for these visits, for these sessions. Meanwhile, you're given all these sensations within your spiritual personality free, and even by Creator Himself. Just follow my teachings. Ponder my teaching assertions, but do it sincerely. So we have this life, but our thought adjusters prepare our mind to our future life. And this future life, the majority of our brethren shall begin to experience after resurrection. But I advise you doing it already now, without putting off, that you would go on concentrating on material issues and leaving to Creator only some crumbs when you attend church on Easter or Christmas holidays. No way. Just even today, address Creator in your sincere words. Words are of no importance. Any word is suitable to Creator. The condition is your sincerity, because sincerity is one of the character traits of Creator Himself and of your own personality, but it's in potential. So make this potential into the actual. Talk with Creator sincerely. And then you will begin to experience a little bit different sensation within you. Nothing can be better than to have life planned to all and to each by Creator Himself, who is divine and perfect planner. So what can you do better than the perfect Creator and even the source and center of perfection. Of course, just choose this perfect planner of your life and submit your will to the will of this perfect eternal life planner, to the whole of creation, and including you. That's a challenge for you, for today, for tomorrow, for eternity. You are eternal. Don't forget it. You are the son or daughter of Creator, but you don't know it yet. Now, begin to ponder my words that you are truly Creator's daughter or son, eternal. I need your assistance. No matter in what country you might live, I need your good deeds, because all this makes you and me and the world operate in a higher frequency light vibrations. Every good deed is registered by Creator's fragment, thought adjuster. Every motive that is directed towards Creator and light is also registered in thought adjuster. So the more we are feeling Creator within, the brighter the light we radiate, the stronger deeds we can perform together with Creator, even in this generation, for the benefit of all.